I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
It's just one of those
happy days. The weekend comes, let's not go home.
It's just one of those days where you don't wanna wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet,
Just knock it off, you scum bucket.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of those.
Happy days.
It's just one of those.
Happy days.
It's just one of those days.
The weekend comes, let's not go home. Ready to extend.
It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with the blood stain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better shoot, cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just,
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about it.
Happy days.
It's just one of those,
Happy days.
it's just one of those days.
The weekend comes, let's not go home. Ready to extend.
Feel like shit. My suggestion is to keep your distance. Right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the bonds.
My day keeps going this way and this way. I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games. Give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chief Moody, and welcome to the Mood of the Nation podcast. Tonight's episode is episode 9, and today is the 4th of July. Now, I know we don't really celebrate the 4th of July, but of course, it's meant to be the 4th of July in the United States of America. So, how's everyone doing this fine evening? And I'm also going to play a song, not really in celebration of the 4th of July for America, but because I believe I've seen earlier on that Olivia Key has released a video about this, so I'll definitely get to play that in a short second. But before I do that, let me just have a look and see who's in the chat just now, and then we'll get started from there. Quite a lot of people this fine evening, so let's have a look here. Well, even just before that, I did wrote a message on my Telegram channel, and I know many people have seen it already, but I want to take the time to apologize for episode 8's stream. What happened with that was that I was just completely exhausted from work and everything. So I knew from that day I should have maybe taken a day off and then did the episode 8 tonight, but instead it's now going to be episode 9. But I just thought I would maybe try and go ahead with it and then see how it goes from there. But for me, episode 8 was a major train wreck of an episode, so I wasn't really fully prepared with all the information I needed or anything like that at all. So for that, I really want to apologize to everyone watching just now for episode 8 and how that turned out. But I will say that definitely episode 9 will be far superior than episode 8. Might not be the best episode of Mood of the Nation, but I will say that it's definitely going to be a major improvement than episode 8. And also, a side note on that, can everyone hear me just now? Because with the previous episodes of Mood of the Nation, I have been getting some comments from some people saying to me that they enjoyed the episode, but they thought I sounded too quiet or too low. So I just want everyone in the chat just to let me know that if you can all hear me just fine, there's nothing not sounding too quiet or anything like that at all, because if it is, I'll see if I can get that sorted out just a couple of seconds. So far so good. Yep, so audio is all good. Yep, perfect. Excellent. Right, perfect. I wonder if maybe if it's to do with me laying back, because I'm on my sofa at the moment where I'm doing this live stream on, so whatever happens is I would sometimes maybe lie on my back, just resting myself, and that way it might come back onto the audio as maybe very quiet, so that might be the reason why that is. But if that's going to be the case, I'll try not to do that for the rest of the stream. and then we'll see from there. So yeah, I can definitely see everyone is giving positive reviews of the audio, so that's totally fine and dandy. So that's good. Episode 8 was good. Plastic surgery disaster. Oh, with that transracial dude. That was. I think that was. I would definitely say that was a highlight for episode 8. That whole thing. Hey guys, I'm a white dude, but I'm actually identified as a Korean man. No, just no, don't, no. Oh my god. Anyway, let's see who's in the chat just now, because there's a lot of people in here tonight. Let's see here. Jose is per usual. Thank you for watching the stream. Ragnar Iron Spear, hello, how you doing? Gammon Sandwich, happy Treason Day, ungrateful colonials. Durham Fox, I'm ready for my slice of Sunday sanity. Evening all. Well, even to you too, Durham Fox. Thank you for watching the stream as always. Let me have a look here and see. I'll also try and see if I can make this brief as I can. Ugly Truth, good evening. Moody Waffin 14. Oh, good evening to you too. Thank you for watching the stream. Scott's Armour, how you doing, my man? Thank you for watching as per usual. And for those who share the stream on Telegram or Twitter or any other platform, thank you guys for doing that. I really do appreciate that. It helps my channel to get bigger, and also the show to get bigger as well, with the constant pressing the like button and also subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. So for that, I still do appreciate that, guys. Thank you all very much. Let me see. Dual Citizen, howdy. Might have to cut out before the end as I'm cooking my tea. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Well, no worries, Dual Citizen. Thank you for watching anyway. I really do appreciate that. Even though, thank you very much for watching the stream. Let's see who else. There's some recognizable faces I'm seeing as well. Budgie Burger, for example. Thank you for watching the stream. I really do appreciate that. Another example, the Woodlander. Hello, sir. How you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Really do appreciate that, good sir. Thank you. Let me see here. And there's also Scottish Tam. Please give Scottish Tam a follow, and also follow Scott's Armour. The reason I'm saying to follow Scott's Armour and Scottish Tam, Scott's Armour is an up-and-coming YouTuber and definitely needs the support regarding to like making more live streams and whatnot. So please, if you haven't done so already, please follow Scott's Armour on YouTube and Telegram. I'll see if I can post the links later on in the chat, or maybe during after the stream's done in the description down below. And also give Scottish Tam a follow on Telegram, because he makes a lot of great artwork for our community. And also he's working on my future avatar, because the one I have here at the moment is, I had this avatar for, well, this is version 2, I have one just now, but I had this avatar since 2018. I think it's about time for a little bit of a change to be regarding to that. So can't wait for that. And also, as I said, please give Scottish Tam a follow, because again, he makes like really good artwork and such. Rob D, tidy. Let's see, Darth Greenslade, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Holy shit, there's 41 people watching already. That's really good. Let me see here. What Tyler 1381, evening to you too. Thank you for watching the stream. Here is Bonnie Lad. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream as well. Let's see, only 42 subs away from 1,000. Yes, I'm this close away of hitting 1,000 subs. So what I would say at the moment is, I understand that YouTube is incredibly gay, and they're willing to suspend anyone for even the most minor things possible. Hell, even Laura Towler just had her account suspended, despite the fact she left YouTube, what was it 2-3 months ago, she said, but her account's been suspended. But anyway, you can still follow her on Odyssey for future content from Laura. But even then, that being said, I think at the moment I'm 957 subs at the moment, and I'm very close away to 1,000. So what I would say is, if my channel gets suspended but I reach 1,000 subs before then, I'll be really happy, because even then I'll move over to Odyssey if that were to happen. But before that happens, it would be much appreciated, again, just keep sharing the stream, sharing the episode. Have you guys talking about the episode and talking about Mood of the Nation and my channel and whatnot. just so that again my channel gets 1,000 subs, that would be much appreciated, because I'm this close away of hitting 1k subs. That's gonna be really good. Let me see here. Who else? Brooke Benson, hello, how you doing? There's a comment from Rob D, another barbecue. No, I've not had another barbecue. Although it's been a pretty great weekend I had. Friday evening, I was out with some members of PA Scotland and we had a barbecue. That was the same night where we all saw the photographs of PA Scotland, where we all got together, had the barbecue. We did some workout before we had our barbecue meal. Even I participated in that, and I was completely messed up after that, because clearly I was not incredible. I'm not the most fit person ever, but I think after that, it was definitely an experience that I definitely want to do it again. But I think if I'm going to do a lot more exercises, I think I've got a lot of work to do. But that night was still really good, and the photo taken of us doing exercises, and also the photo of all the lads together with the flags posing for PA Scotland, that was also really good. So it was me that took the photograph. Not need to brag or anything like that, but everyone in the photo was clearly good for the photograph, and it was really good stuff. So really good night that was for the barbecue. And also even this morning, I was out again with other members of PA Scotland. We went on a hike in Perth this morning. Really good stuff, and I'm sure there's going to be some content released later on, photos or videos coming out later on. I'm not too sure if it's going to be later on tonight, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be sometime this week. Maybe tomorrow you might see stuff like that, but again, only time will tell. But it was a really good morning that it was. I remember even this morning I was sweating my balls off like earlier on, because the hills we were walking on, they were quite steep, so it was a case of just powering through it. Just go for it. Don't piss about, don't pussyfoot around it. Just go at it, sort of thing. And I remember thinking, I can't be the only one sweating here, but everyone else was worked their arses off that morning. It was really good to see of everyone just soldiering on for throughout the day. So again, really good stuff. I really did enjoy this weekend with PA Scotland. Really great people. I'm very glad I'm part of a community with the most welcoming people ever. And honestly, I couldn't ask for any a better group or better groups of people. Honestly, they're really good, great people to be around. Let me see here. Blood and Braces Sir, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Let me see here. Mean Peem, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream as always. Or I don't know if this is your first time, but yeah, anyway, thank you for watching this evening. So, happy celebrations to America becoming Britain's private army day. Let's see here. Amanda Lee, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. I guess I'll try to finish this off, and this is the part with all the audio. Ask everyone. Kenny Davidson, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Aunt Sally, hello. Thank you for watching the stream. Really do appreciate that. Who else? I think that's relatively it. I think. Oh, Oswald Mosley Jr., hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Really great for you to be here. Let me see. English Sailor, hello again. Thank you for watching. Right. Roscoe, I don't think I've seen you before, but thank you for watching the show. I love the show, mate. Keep up the good work from Dundee. Well, thank you, Roscoe. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching the stream. Hopefully you'll stick around as long as you can. So, really do appreciate that, sir. Rill, hello. How you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Let me see here. Who else is here? Oh, Joe Citizens shared Scott Sarver's channel. Thank you, Joe Citizen. I really appreciate that. Says 958. Holy shit. Okay, so we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. And also Scotch Times Telegram. Thank you again, Joe Citizen. Really do appreciate that. Hound of Ulster. Hello, Moody and chat. Hope you're having a good Sunday. I'm having a great Sunday. Of course, I was absolutely exhausted after that hike. I even had a an hour and a half like nap after that because I was just like really tired. Hell, even when we were driving back from Perth and driving back home, I remember like I was in the car and I almost fell asleep throughout the journey. I like my eyes would be very heavy, but I would try my best to just try and keep myself awake. Even luckily, there's been some roads where it's like we had to do like kind of swerving and maybe some bumps on the road that kind of kept me awake, so that was pretty beneficial. But even then, when I got home, I did lay on the couch, maybe slept for an hour and a half, but I'm of course much better now. So there is a bit of an update regarding to episode 10 for Thursday. There's not going to be an episode 10 this coming Thursday. Now the reason for that being is mainly because of the fact that I'm going to be working from 7 o'clock a.m. till 7 p.m. that day. More, not just that day, but mainly throughout the week. So there will not be an episode 10 on Thursday. What date would that be? Hold on. Thursday, so that would be on the 8th. So the 8th of July, no Mood of the Nation episode, because like I said, because of work commitments. But there will definitely be another episode on next week on Sunday. It's just only going to be this week from Monday through Friday. It's going to be for overtime purposes, so 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. But it's only going to be for that week, and that's it. So, I see the New Scots have been busy enriching the place. Well, speaking of the New Scots, I do definitely got an article about that, which we'll get into just a short second. Feel no weight. Good evening to you too. Thank you for watching the stream. That's really appreciate of you to do that. He's also shared Bonnie Lad's channel, as I think he also shared Woodlander's channel. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to those channels if you can. That would be much appreciated. Let me see. What did you think of the joggers on Argyle Street? Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Roscoe, because I definitely got an article about that. We will definitely touch upon that relatively soon. So please just bear with me a bit longer, but we will talk about that. So let's see. Hold on, what's this? I don't know if it's maybe to do with like anything particular, but let's keep the whole episode positive, guys. Let's not delve into any blackpilling or anything like that at all. Not like calling people out or anything like that at all. We're definitely going to have this to be a very positive and try and make this episode the best as we possibly can. So let's go from there. So, and I cannot believe the scene right now. There's 50 people watching, at least on my screen. That's relatively good. Awesome of you guys. Awesome. Jalberg, hello. How you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Let me see. I think that's relatively it. Oswald Mosley Jr., Chief Moody, when I got out of the car, my legs were like jelly. Yeah, I seen with me, but of course when I got back, it was like pouring down with rain. And even with this past Friday, when we did the workout, I was completely messed up out of that. I thought even my upper legs were like completely stiff. I was just like, I cannot barely walk. And even then, since then, even today, I also did participate in the of planking, which not only that, but it's also part of the 188 second challenge, I think they called it. I failed miserably at that. I think I only passed it for just over 30 seconds, and that was it. So you can pretty much tell that I'm not the most healthiest person alive, but like I said, I'm going to try and do more exercises, but I think if I'm going to do that, I definitely got a lot of work to do with that, so... who else is... I think that's really it. Oh no, sorry, there's Westman1, even Chief Mooney, Scott's Way. Hey, thank you for watching stream, Westman, I really do appreciate that. And... is White for White Pills. And that's it. So again, thank you very much for watching the stream. It's really good for you all to be here. Let's see, even Chief Mooney, Scott's Way. Hey, I've heard... PA doing great in Scotland. Yeah, PA Scotland are doing many kinds of great things up here regarding to PA. And I think regarding to the Indigenous Peoples Day for the 9th of August, there's going to be some kind of... Well, I think Mark and Laura already talked about this in that one PA community episode, where there's going to be some kind of competition for all the regional groups. So here's hoping that if PA Scotland does successfully well again, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen anyway because I think we've won last year. So let's hope that that keeps the train going for PA Scotland. So let's hope for there. But if not, whoever wins any other regional group, then I applaud them, that sort of thing. So. Oh, that's not the one I'm looking for. With Woodlander, I ate a 50 pound steak today. That was my workout. Damn. I can't remember the last time I ate steak. I think that was I think it was like a couple of years back. I had steak. I was out with my family. We went to this fancy restaurant. And I think I remember ordering steak at that point. So it was actually really good. It was kind of like the first time I'd had steak as well. I can't remember how it was done, like well done or a medium well or anything like that. But still, it was really good, that steak. Hopefully I'll have some later on throughout the coming year. But who knows? We've got it in the bag, mate. We definitely have. But then again, Brooke Benson. PA Southwest to win the cup. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Maybe they might win this year, but we'll just need to wait and see. Have PA Scotland got a base in Scotland? Yes. We certainly do have a base for patriotic alternative here in Scotland. So we'll definitely do that. Henry Hill. Deep fried. Pace is up and running. Yep. So that's pretty much all update with the comments. So what I will do first of all is before I get into that article about the about the black gangs in Glasgow, I want to play that video, the new video by Olivia K. Again, just because of today's date. Amanda Lee, sorry I have to go. I am on call. I hope to be back for Bonnie Lads' 4th of July quiz. Enjoy the stream, everybody. No worries, Amanda Lee, but thank you very much for watching the stream. I really do appreciate that. You take care, okay? Let's see here. Which city? I think there's like multiple branches in Scotland, in PA Scotland. There's the central branch. There's the mid. If I remember correctly, there's the Midlothian branch, because it's kind of a bit. It's not complicated, but it's not even too weird either. But with PA Scotland, it's kind of sectioned off in separate like mini groups kind of thing. So you have like groups in the central area. You have groups in the mid area, that kind of a thing. So. It will need to be something. I'll get back to you on that in this case. So, RW, how do you join PA? All you have to do is you just need to go on the website. I'm sure there is emails regarding to that with the regional organisers. Just get in touch with the regional organisers. Again, depending on which region of the country you live in. Speak to those regional organisers, and then they'll help you back up with that. So, in terms of getting back to you on that and becoming a PA member, let's see here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, even Brooke Benson said, email your local region. That's the one. Let me see here. PA is in the bag, second to none. Yep, definitely, mate. Definitely. I'll reach out to them. Nice one. You do that, Brooke Benson. No worries with that. So, we need an organizer on Tanside. Well, if that's the case, we'll definitely see if we can get back to either Mark or Laura, or anyone else from PA, and see if that can happen. Because if there needs to be an organizer from Tyneside, if I pronounce that right, then I'm sure we'll definitely see if we can figure something out with that. I like to focus on clean up areas, fitness and community. Yeah, it's definitely good with that with PA. I haven't done any litter picking as of yet, although I really do want to do that at some point. We still do leafleting around certain areas, again, depending on where you live, of course. And we also do community building, say we go out hikes, go out like public areas and whatnot. And even recently, what we've done here, some members in PA Scotland, we just get together, have a barbecue, and just chill out and relax, really. Of course, the fitness part does come into play as well, especially with this past Friday. Not only, as I said, we did the barbecue, but before then, we had a bit of a fitness I don't want to say program, but we did some like a bit of fitness to go with that. So that was really good. But more importantly, the community building is really strong regarding to patriarchal alternative. Again, like I said, this past Friday, we just had a get together for barbecuing, and just the fact that we just got together, just sat down, and just chilled out, talked to each other throughout the night. Again, it was really good. It was actually something that I really enjoyed like the most. Of just getting together and just rest and just chilling out with each other, and also that builds on the community building as well of like getting to know each other a bit more, which is something I really do appreciate that when having these community buildings. So it's really good. Westman 1. I've done the first PA activity on Tyneside last autumn. I've met Laura for a litter pick in Gateshead in April. Unfortunately, not many Geordies got involved. I see. Well, we'll definitely see if we can get something sorted out with that, and hopefully more people from that area will definitely be joining regarding to that region. So we'll definitely see if we can get something sorted out with that. Feeling away, don't overcook the steak, it ruins it. Medium rare is very nice. I think that's how I had it done the last time, as medium rare. So anyway, enough of that. Let me just see if I can find that video of Olivia K. I would say I want to play it maybe towards the end of the stream, but I felt it's our new video, and of course today is the 4th of July. Let's see if we could just play it just now. So, and she's just only released a video like only yesterday. I'm sure, I have a feeling that Jodie might stream this on her channel at some point. I'm pretty sure we will, but you never know. So, Julia Skinner, I wish we could see your face, Chief. I'm flattered with that. I mean, maybe not now, but maybe at some point in the future, maybe a face reveal might be coming later on. You never know. Something might happen with that, but again, well, it's a case of just waiting and see with that. So, in the words of the Blitblod, reach out, we'll be there. Yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. I'm not in the caliber to be an organizer, but I can be active if someone takes the role up. Well, that's totally fair. And we'll definitely see if we can get something with that done. So, let me just see if I can get this part up here. So, I've got the video, the Star Spangled Banner. Pause that. 3rd of July. So, this was before today's date, the 3rd of July. Right, that's fine. What I'll do now is I will share the screen with you guys just now for this a video by Olivia K. Or Olivia Key. I keep saying K as in like Jodie K, but no, it's Olivia Key. So, it kind of sounds similar in a way, like if you think about it. But anyway, so what I will do is I'll put myself on mute and let you guys listen to the video by Olivia Key. It's not really too long. It's only just under 2 minutes long. So, anyways, I'll just put myself on mute and you guys enjoy the video. So, let's see here.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
Right, there we go. So just stop the screen there. There we go. Perfect. I must admit, this one is this is one of my favorite anthems. Yeah, with the Star Spangled Banner. But that was by Olivia Key. That was just her a brand new video she uploaded onto her channel. And what I will do is, if you haven't done so already, I'll post a link for that video in the chat. So just feel free to just click on the link and just give that video a like. And or put it in your favorites or whatever it is you do regarding to any type of video on YouTube. So, but again, like that was the Star Spangled Banner covered by Olivia Key. Really good stuff. And that only just came out only yesterday, and that was, you know, again, a really good cover of that song. The irony of being born on the 4th and not being American, yeah, it's definitely a major irony there, RW. Major irony there. Keep that Confederate flying, even if it's made of tin. I can see that. This national anthem is much better than ours. Ours is BS. I could definitely see where you're coming from with that, especially when it comes to the American anthem. So I would say it's in some ways better than the British one, but I suddenly have an urge to drive the General Lee. Once upon a time in America. Ah dear. So that's got all that done. I cannot believe we're just actually half an hour in. Alright, so what I will do is we'll get into the first article here. I was going to talk about the church burnings happening in Canada, but I'll just save that for the next part, because what I really want to talk about is this. I want to talk about what's going on in Glasgow. Right, so paste that here. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this on other platforms like Telegram or Twitter. Hell, I even found this article by Resisting the Lies on, I think it was on his channel page, or it was another Scottish channel page. But this is the page regarding to the horrible attack in Argyle Street in Glasgow. So, let me see real quick. Nah, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so what I'll do now is let me just what's going on in Glasgow cultural enrichment, of course. Well, it's funny you should say that, because I've got the article here about that. Let me just share the screen once again, share audio just in case. Now, there's not any violent content or anything like that at all. There was a video attached to this article. I did watch it before the stream went live. Again, just to make sure if there was anything inappropriate to be shown, because again, I don't want to show that it just cause any risk for the stream. But there's anything major that happens in it. But I think it's important to showcase it, because it really goes to show what we're facing regarding to this whole multiculturalism BS that's going on just now. So let me see here. This is the article in question by glasgowlive.co.uk. Horrific moment, Glasgow gang armed with machetes and knives threaten boy in Argyle Street. A 16-year-old boy was taken to hospital with head injuries. Now, this is the one I've seen the post by Resisting the Lies, where supposedly this gang is a black gang. So I'll just click on the video here, or hold on one second, let me just see if I can... What I will do is I'll just read out the article first, and then I'll come back to the video itself as well. So, I don't think it's that long. I think it's... Oh no, that's fine. Okay, perfect. So, in fact, no, we'll do it chronologically. So we'll start with the video first, because it's only just 18 seconds long, and then we'll get into the actual article itself. So, let's have a look here. So, 3, 2, 1... Oh, no, it's the volume. Yeah, so nothing happened there, although it was a bit of like an attack regarding to the 16-year-old boy. So, let me just get into the article itself here. So, a teenage boy was rushed to hospital with head injuries following a violent attack in Glasgow city centre. Footage from the incident, which is what we just watched just now, of course, which happened around 8:30 on Thursday, the 1st of July, shows a gang of thugs armed with machetes and knives threatening a 16-year-old boy on Argyle Street before fleeing the scene. The group of youths were caught on camera shouting at the boy, who is seen being struck on the head back of the head. Our alarming footage shows the teenager trying to cross the road in a bid to escape the violent thugs before one of the assailants follows him onto the road swinging a machete in his hand. He appears to be filming the sick attack on a mobile phone, reported the Daily Record. One member of the gang then shouts, "Remember my name, pussy," after the vicious assault. All of the attackers in the video, which was posted on social media, are described as being young black males. What a fucking shock that is, folks, right? But I'll definitely get to that just a little bit further. Just hold on 1 second here. 3 of the youths were wearing black tracksuits, while the youth with the machete is dressed all in grey. A 5th youth is wearing a blue tracksuit and black hat. When the victim manages to escape, the men all... I don't know if you want to call them men, but that's beside the point. All begin to run down Argyle Street as they flee the scene. The victim received treatment for the head injury at Glasgow Royal Infirmary and has since been released. Police confirmed inquiries into the incident remaining ongoing. Right, okay. I'm sure that they're not going to really take... I mean, they'll claim they'll take it seriously, but then, you know, at the back of their minds, they're not really want to investigate it because they know for a fact that the people part of this whole attack were all young black men, and this is clearly a case of a black gang that's going on in Glasgow just now. And I'm pretty sure they want nothing to do with it because they don't want to be labelled racist. Especially in Glasgow, there's like a prominent BLM support in that very city. I really don't know why they would do that, but hey, that's the reality of it all. A Police Scotland spokesperson said around 8:20 p.m. on Thursday, July 1st, police received a number of reports of a group of men with weapons and a man being injured in Argyle Street, Glasgow. The 16-year-old victim was taken to the Glasgow Royal Infirmary for treatment to a head injury and later released. Inquiries are continuing to establish the full circumstances surrounding the incident, and anyone with information is asked to contact Police Scotland through 101, quoting incident number 3520 of Thursday, 1st of July. Alternatively, you can call Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. I don't know if that's really... I think that's about it with this article here. Right, so that's pretty much it with the article done here. So let me give you all my hot take on this entire case. Thankfully, the 16-year-old boy was okay. I mean, of course, he had like a head injury, but at least he was fine. He was released right afterwards. That's not the point of what I want to get into with this story here. What I want to get into here is this is a clear case example of there's now black gangs going around in Glasgow. Now, I'm not too sure if this is the only black gang going around, or maybe there's multiple of them. But the fact of the matter here is this is what's going to be happening in the coming years. In fact, I think there was like a story that just came out. I don't know if you shared it. I think it was either Blue Monday or someone from the PA Scotland group talked about or shared something about if the immigration process continues the way it is in Glasgow, then Glasgow is going to be like a minority, or at least it's going to be some form of white minority city around about like 10 years from now or something like that. I might be completely wrong on that, but I remember seeing something like that earlier this week regarding to Glasgow, because again of the rampant immigration that's going on in the city just now. But what comes with this immigration is, of course, these black gangs, and this is something that, of course, if you dare to criticize this in any way, shape, or form, that you be labeled as a racist. Well, you can't exactly criticize that because, you know, mass slavery and shit, you know, that the same song and dance we've been hearing over and over again. Especially what happened last year, as I mentioned, post BLM riots and whatnot. But again, this is what we're facing now. This is the type of stuff we're facing just now, of this whole multicultural enrichment that clearly does not work. It never has worked and it never will work. But of course, since we're living under the SNP rule, where they think multiculturalism is our great asset to the city of Glasgow, but not just with Glasgow, but the entire country of Scotland. Despite the fact you have incidents like this, for example, and I guarantee, and this isn't going to be the only incident that will happen. I guarantee you all that something like this, something similar like this, will happen again at some point, or hell, it might happen again, but it might be even more dire consequences. Guarantee you that. I mean, I hope I'm wrong on that, and maybe it doesn't happen again. But hey, with this whole enrichment of diversity and whatnot, hell, it's even far worse in America with the rampant crimes going on just now. You can see that it's going to get far from worse from here, with even after looking at this entire article just now. Sorry, but that was just me taking a sip of my water, because with the previous streams my mouth gets completely cotton mouth, so of course I would just take a drink of water just to help that. So, but yes, that would be it for that article. I think I try to see if I can find like another article that may also be about that as well. But in fact, they did say the Daily Record talked about this, so let me see if I can get that article up as well. Again, just for more further context with that as well. So let me see. Daily Record, Argyle Street. Right, let me see here. Let's see. No, I don't think it would be that. It's the right street address with that, but reason to disturbance as man arrested. Let's see here. June 5th. This was just like under a month ago, right? No, but I don't think I really find it here. I don't know if maybe if it's still on there or maybe they've delayed it ever since, but let me see here. Can I actually type something? Of course no. The layout on the Daily Record website is just atrocious. But anyway, let's see. I want to have a look and see what's been said. Please sub to Eat Bake saying she's almost 1,000 subs. Well, yeah, definitely do that, folks, if you haven't done so already. So, Woodlander, you notice they don't attack gypsies or Hell's Angels because they'd be wearing their own machete. We need to collectivize. And that's definitely a good point, Woodlander. Usually these types of gangs will only prey on the weak. Yeah, which Woodlander's right. Is the reason why you never see them attacking like another established group of people, or maybe people that would, as they see it, would definitely retaliate back. So, but no, definitely a good point, Woodlander. Definitely a good point. Natives are too individualized. Getting them to collectivize is going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I think it can be done, and I think people are starting to wake up to it. Especially even after last year with BLM, I think people are starting to slowly but surely wake up to it. But you're right, RW. It is going to be a hell of a battle to get people to see themselves as a collective rather than as individualized. But I think it's something that definitely can be done. I definitely do think it's something it definitely can be done. Scottish Town, we didn't start slavery, we ended it. You're welcome. Well, I'm sure they'll completely disagree with you on that for whatever reason, but hey, it's all part of the agenda of trying to be all anti-white and stuff, of course. Hold on, let me just sort out my microphone just real quick. There we go. Let's have a look here. So, from what I've heard, they've set up fake accounts on Instagram and Snapchat which claim they're selling various drugs. I've heard a few idiots have been robbed at Machete Point where they've met them. Jesus. You see, why would you even fall for something like that? I mean, it clearly sounds incredibly dodgy, so why would you even fall for that? You know, again, it's a very scummy thing to do that these gangs are using these social media platforms like Instagram and Snapchat to try and get people to buy certain types of course, illegal drugs. But then, of course, they get completely, I was about to say shanked, but that's not really what happened. But threatened at knife point, of course, essentially. So any B on white attack, it always starts with 1v1, and as soon as whitey gets the upper hand, it turns into 1v5 plus. No, that's definitely true, RW. I've seen videos of that in the past, and my major problem when it comes to... Hold on, I'm just going to sort my microphone. Sorry, my apologies. My microphone is set on a desk, which is why I'm trying to set it at the correct area, and also see the audio will be good, but I think that's fine. So, sorry, as I was saying, my problem when it comes to these blacks, especially when it comes to like fighting, like as RW said, black on white, is that as soon as the white person gets the upper hand, then all the other joggers just start flooding in. You know, these people have no sense of honor whatsoever. Like, they can't just like leave it be. They have to help their homie out. You know, that sort of thing. Not a sense of code of honor whatsoever. I mean, these people will do anything. And you know what's even more damning about that? And even Southern Dingo even talked about this before on his stream at one point. Even when the five joggers get on the white dude or one white person, then the joggers will start to brag as if like, oh man, you a pussy and all of that. It's like, well, hold on, he had that upper hand of facing only one of you, and then all of a sudden you start completely ganging up on him, and then you want to act like as if he's the coward in this fight. Fuck you lot. Like I said, these people have no sense of honor whatsoever. It's completely, utterly disgusting with these people. Absolutely disgusting. My neighbours protect the roses when I need to slash on the way home. The vandalism of the cenotaph and the burning of Notre Dame woke me up. The more they destroy, the more of us they make. Exactly. Well, we'll definitely see if we can get into that with the Catholic church burnings that's happening in Canada. In Canada just now. Hold on, I'm just going to have a quick drink. There we go. RW, let's see. No one's help out. Is it our honor or are we atomized? I think, in my opinion, RW, I think it's the case when it comes to us whites, we're too atomized. I think there's too much of an idea of for all the whites to be more individuals rather than as a collective. Because we've seen in the past, it's completely fine for the blacks to be a collective. It's fine for the Asians to be collective. It's completely fine for Middle Easterns or any other race group to be a collective. But as soon as the white people get together and form themselves as a collective, it's like, oh, well, you can't really do that. I mean, do you not know what happened with World War II? You know, the Holocaust? You know, that sort of thing. Which is why, for years, even up until now, us white people are always being taught to be, don't be a collective, but be an individual. Be yourself. Be the person you want to be. That sort of thing. Never mind, you know, your overall community or helping them out. No, fuck those people. They don't care. They're just holding you back. You have to be your own person, your own individual. Hell, Sargon even believes in something like that. Well, you can't get rid of these people. These people have individual rights. You know, you can't have them be deported, because what do you think is going to happen to my individual rights? Oh, fuck that guy. Anyway, let's have a look and see what else. Gizzy, Strype, they always attack from behind. No, that's definitely true. And again, there was plenty of footage about that as well, where again, no any sense of honor whatsoever. They'll attack from behind. They'll gang up with multiple members if they think it's absolutely necessary to do so, and it's just completely plain disgusting. So the idea of a purge is not seeming quite so crazy now. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that ugly truth. I can definitely see where you're coming from with that. So let me have a look here and see what else is being said. Safety numbers. They always attack in packs. They won't beat Spain or Italy. Shit, that's right. It's coming home. Yep, that's definitely coming home. In Oz, they got the Apex gang, just a bunch of Africans running amok. If slavery never happened, Lenny Henry, David Lammy, Diane Abbott, and some African first name, Miss Andrews, would all be in Africa now. Well, see, that's the funny thing, isn't it? And I know there's plenty of memes about this where it's like the BLM black woman is like, what was it they say, like, stop colonizing my people or my country or whatever. And then no, it's something to do with like slavery, and it's like, you're right, Garlic Gorilla. If slavery never happened, these people will still be living in Africa, or at least their own ancestors will still be living in the continent of Africa. So, but hey, it all happened. We've ended slavery, but of course they're still complaining about it, and not because of the fact that of we ended slavery, but because it's to do with white people. But it's all part, as I said before, it's all part of the anti-white agenda that's going on just now. I never understood why the mainland don't have paramilitaries defending their native people. You think there would be something like that, but yeah, even I don't get that as well. But it's happening in Dublin. I think there has been cases happening in Dublin recently. I don't know if it happened earlier this year, but I remember seeing something that happened in, I don't know if it was, no, Dublin is in Republic of Ireland, if I'm not mistaken. I should know this with regard to Dublin. I'm sure it's in the Republic of Ireland, but if I'm wrong on that, then I would just make myself look a right idiot. Spawn is the word. Jogsy Nesbit. Well, it's actually something I've been thinking about recently. You know how, chat, hear me out just for a second, right? You know how with all of these, when it comes to the entertainment industry, right? With all these TV shows, these films, and everything else, I mean, we've seen it what happened with Channel 5's, I think it's a mini-series they released of, that famous it's some historical English woman from England in the past, and apparently that show has been having like really bad ratings because of the whole wokeness that's going on. That's gonna annoy me now. Like, what exactly was the name of that show? I can't. I definitely have talked about this in the past before, but what was the name of that show? It's definitely to do with a British an English historical figure who was white, but of course they cast a black woman in the role. I don't know if someone in the chat can maybe mention that here, because I've completely forgotten the name of the woman. 959 subs and rising. Oh, we're getting there, lads. We're getting there. It's slowly but surely. Let me see here. Thank you, Woodlander. Anne Boleyn. That's the name of the woman. Yes. So there was a whole controversy with the whole Anne Boleyn TV series or mini series that was coming out for Channel 5. Of course, with the whole race swapping stuff with that. I'm just going to make a point right now regarding to here in Scotland in terms of our historical figures, because we got Robert the Bruce, we got William Wallace, we got all of these Scottish historical figures. I guarantee you at some point, when it comes to this whole mass migration that's happening, I can guarantee you that they're going to try and make up some woke bullshit excuse of, well, because of our history with all these blacks living in the countries for thousands of years, William Wallace was actually black, or Robert the Bruce was actually black, or think of any other Scottish historical figure, and I guarantee they're going to try and make it out as if like, well, they were not white. That's what they want you to think. No, they were actually African descent. I guarantee that's going to happen. I know that may sound incredibly laughable, but hey, we've seen what happened with the documentary series of Anne Boleyn, although they never went as far as changing the whole historical documents about that, but only just for the TV series. But hey, if they'd done that with Anne Boleyn with that TV series, who's to say they're not going to do that with any future projects with these types of historical figures? It's happening now, and it's definitely going to keep happening. It's definitely going to keep happening. Yeah, I thought that Dublin is in the Republic, right, so I was right. Thank God I had that correct, so that's good. Henry VIII wife, alright, that's fine, so. Let's see, Claire, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching the stream. RW, we was Anne Boleyn's shit. yeah. Dear. Oh, dear. Let's see. Henry Sonny. Gary Garner Stack of Ribs. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. To be fair to the likes of Lenny Henry, Lammy, and Abbott, they have a yearning to return to their natural homeland, even if they'd be financially worse off in Africa. It's one reason they hate Whitey. Yeah, exactly, because we have all the reason. Well, we have all the money, we have all the resources, and of course, I would say. Let me ask you guys, right? A hypothetical question here, right? Nothing to do with, of course, with ethno nationalism. Well, it's kind of partly to do with ethno nationalism or anything like that. But let me ask you guys this, right? I have a question. You can all type in either one for this answer or two for this answer, right? When it comes to living either in Europe, regardless of which country in Europe. Would you rather live in Europe or would you rather live in Africa? Again, regardless of which country in Africa you would live in. So my question to you is, would you rather live in the continent of Europe or would you rather live in the continent of Africa? 1 for Europe or 2 for Africa? And let me see what you guys type in the chat. Because I think you guys in the chat would definitely give me some ideas of, again, which continent you would rather be regarding to that. So Africa has more resources than anywhere else, right? Okay, but I think when it comes to us Europe, we have the money. Holy shit, a lot of people actually typing it all at once. Yes, I'm definitely. I've seen overwhelmingly it's 1 in the chat. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yep, everyone's typing in 1. So again. Sure, Africa may have all the resources, but hey, ultimately speaking, everyone here would rather be living in the continent of Europe than live in the continent of Africa, which again, I can definitely understand why that is. So, let me see here. 3 for Valhalla. Fair enough, Blood Embraces, sorry. Fair enough. As long as there's boars near me, then Africa is an option. Oh, that's completely fair. Dear, that's completely fair. Let me see here. Okay. Also, World Mosley Jr., they had a lot of woke bullshit in the Netflix film about Mary Queen of Scots. Did they make a Mary Queen of Scots film for Netflix? I don't know if I'm pretty sure they may have announced something a long while ago. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's any woke stuff in that film. So. Gizzy Strype. Rabbie Burns was a gangster rapper. Well, hey, I don't know, maybe like a gangster rapper, but they might try and do something. They'll make Rabbie Burns. Well, he wasn't. Yeah, he was a white man, but he was mostly inspired by the African history of poetry or some type of pretentious douchebaggery stuff like that. You can imagine they might try and come up with something like that. Like, oh, poetry actually came from Africa because it's all to do with the African historical. Shut up! like, put down the pipe, okay? oh, William Jugster. Woodlander. Jeez. Joggy Prince Charlie Jog Roll. Oh dear. Jalbert, they plan to completely memory hole us. No, that's definitely what they're planning on doing. They really want us going, whether it's the our people, our culture, our history. They want to get rid of us as soon as humanly possible, and they're doing everything they can doing it. You know, they're not even trying to be subtle about it anymore at this point. They really want to push this harder than they can. Let's see. I'm sure each of us would yearn to live in our natural European habitat rather than live in Africa among millions of blacks, even if we were millionaires in Africa. Yeah, like I said, when it comes to the chat, a lot of people typed in 1, so I'm pretty sure that pretty much speaks for itself. That yeah, many people would rather live in the continent of Europe than live in the continent of Africa. Garlic Gorilla. I hope Netflix do an Anne Frank film with a nice black actress. I can see where you're coming from with that, because again, it kind of like basically give the Jews their comeuppance, but you know that would never happen. The Jewish community would probably look at that and think, whoa, hold on, you can't historically change our people. You need to do that to the whites, you know. So of course, it would be funny to see, but I wouldn't see that anytime soon, to be honest. I would never see that anytime soon. Let me see what else. Oh, there's no chance in the chat. Hold on. Let me see here. Because I think there's Shinobi. Well, hello Shinobi, how you doing? Thank you for watching. 14 for no chance. I thought no chance was in the chat, but if it's not, then oh well. I actually thought it was, but oh well. So yeah, of course people say typing in 14 in the chat for no chance, so that's good. RW, have you seen how beautiful Europe really is? There is nowhere else I'd feel at home. Well, I've been kind of experiencing that lately when I'm with PA Scotland with these hikes. I even have photographs of up at the mountain in Perth this morning that I might upload on my Telegram channel later on, because they're actually pretty breathtaking. Before I joined PA Scotland, or even just PA in general, or even hiking in general, as it were, I never did any type of hiking or any type of. I mean, I did walking and I did walk into certain areas, but it was mostly like the more larger cities. I've never actually taken the chance to actually go out of my way to do hiking in certain touristy, well, not touristy, but certain like foresty type or woodland type of areas. But after my experiences with these hikes, they're just really enjoyable to do, and it's so breathtaking with some of the locations, to the point where it's like, well, yeah, I'm glad that I live in this type of country. I'm glad that this type of country produces some of the great landscapes regarding to our area, to those areas. So it definitely is something worth fighting for, especially with what we're dealing with here at the moment. So. Rabbie burns fire in the booth. Oh no. A man's not hot. that whole thing. Sub to No Chance here. Well, there's the link to No Chance's channel if you haven't subscribed to him already. Let me see who else. Hail the Allfather. Oh God, Rabbi Burns. No, Ugly Truth. No. That we're not having that. We won't let it happen, mate. Don't worry. It will definitely not let it happen. We'll do everything we can and not let that happen. So, Tia Moose was actually originally about a lion. Oh, I never really knew that, to be honest. Robin the Hood. You know they might change Robin Hood to a jogger. You know they will do that at some point. Even folks, even to you too, Sammy. Thank you for watching the stream. Ugly Truth, jogging hood. She. Joel Citizen, gotta go, but tea's ready. Have a great evening, everyone. Chief Minigame Sandwich in chat. Well, thank you very much, Joel Citizen. I really do appreciate you joining in. Thank you very much, sir. You take care. Let me see. Everyone saying goodbye to Joel Citizen. Take it easy, JC. RW, Chief Moody, follow tribe pics on Telegram, full of European buildings and landscapes. I think I've all. No, wait, was that Instagram? Because I follow some pages on Instagram where they have all of these pages where it's like, it's full of European buildings and landscapes, and of course, European culture and heritage and European people. So I do follow that stuff already, but it's on Instagram, but I'll definitely see if I can find any more on Telegram and see from there. Because some of the images, even just on the Instagram pages, are just really, really good images. Really good stuff. Let's see what else here. Gavin Sandwich. I wouldn't even want to live off this island. I am the definition of an insular. Let me see. I think a jogger taking money from the greedy gammas to feed the poor. Lol. The jogging man. Dear. They made Queen Guinevere, I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, black in the BBC Merlin series. Of course, he would make them black. So let me type that in. Hold on, Queen. Hold on, Queen. Because I'm assuming this person is meant to be white. Because I've never heard of that name before. Hold on. Probably more learn that with English history rather than Scottish. But let me see here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So, oh God, let me just do a screen share. Hold on. Let me see if this is what Jojo Gizmo means with this. Hold on. So I'll just screen share that. Hold on. Put the share audio again just to make sure. Right, here we go. So Queen Guinevere. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I do apologize. But let me just have a look and see historically speaking. So, oh, it's Welsh, right? Okay. Yeah. So, legendary queen and wife of King Arthur. Right. So this is all to do with Merlin. Of course, look at the images. What's this? Camelot 2011 photo. So of course I made her white for that. What's this? Oh God. Yeah, Merlin on BBC 4. Jeez. They're really approaching this whole wokeness of the whole, like changing the races of certain historical figures just to suit their whole narrative. It's just. They're even trying to do that even back in the day. I remember something that kind of ties into that as well. I grew up with Harry Potter, right? Now I don't read the books anymore. I don't watch the films anymore. I think to be honest, I think the whole thing with Harry Potter is incredibly gay, but that's beside the point. I remember when the book, well, it wasn't really a book. It was more like a stage play, or the script for a stage play. The Cursed Child was coming out. I think it was maybe in 2 parts for like a stage play. So that was coming out at the time, and there was this big controversy of Hermione Granger in the Cursed Child now like black rather than white. And of course, there's a lot of people defending this, saying like, "Oh, well, I've always saw Hermione as a black woman. You know, I mean, if you criticize this in any way, shape, or form, then you're racist. You know, all the same song and dance as I said before." But if you look back at the old Harry Potter books, especially Philosopher's Stone, with the introduction of Hermione Granger, it specifically says in the book that she is white. She's portrayed as white. She's portrayed as white in the films. You know, if she was meant to be portrayed as a jogger, why then did J.K. Rowling never came out from the get-go and said, "Oh no, actually she's portrayed as black, not white"? Despite the fact in her own words in her own book, she's portrayed as a white girl, and we all know the reason for that being is because they're trying to go for trying to be all progressive, and of course it's way worse now than it was back then. And of course, even what happened to J.K. Rowling, which people called her like a tranny hater or something like that, which of course you reap what you sow. She tries to fit in with the whole woke crowd, but of course they completely turn against her. Because she says something about like there's only 2 genders, but I think it's something along those lines. But it was something that made all of the woke people completely butt her over her accusing her of being like a tranny hater or whatever the term would be. Toby, that is the question. If she was black, she would be oh my God. Game of Thrones, Lord of the Blings. Oh, don't get me started with the whole Lord of the Rings. I mean, now there's going to be some kind of woke I think it's a seminar or something like that that's happening live this month, and it's going to be talking about how progressive the Lord of the Rings really was, and all that gay stuff is like, oh, here we go, they're coming after Lord of the Rings now. Which has always been very European based, especially J.R.R. Tolkien is very. I think and I know he's a Christian, but I'm not entirely too sure if he was Catholic or if he was Protestant. I'm pretty sure he was Catholic, but I might be wrong on that. But there is clearly, especially if you read his the similar. I can't even pronounce it. The Samilarian, I think you pronounce it. I might be wrong on the pronunciation of it, but when you read that book of his, you could tell that it's very, very religious in every aspect to it. Very Christian nice in every aspect to that. Or Lives Matter. It's just a matter of time before the Bruins are Bruin. Yeah, you know it's gonna happen, or maybe not. When it comes to the Bruins or even Urwilly, they might not go to that point. They'll probably try and do something with they'll introduce like some kind of storyline where they adopt like some African kid and be like, oh, they're part of the family. They're just like one of us. Like no, like I don't think they might do some race swapping with those characters, but you know they'll try and add some kind of let's have a progressive bent to it. Let's have them adopt a black kid, you know, that sort of thing. You know it's gonna happen. So, let me see here. Linda Hunter, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. It's a wee hour here. All right there, everyone. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Ragnar71, open borders for Israel. Yeah, I would agree with that. Let's give them a taste of their own medicine, because I love how people are so, especially the Sifnats, right? These are people that are very, well, Israel is a prominent state. They need to have their borders closed. Right, okay. So you believe that the people of Israel deserve to have their own homeland, but you don't agree with that with the people of Britain when it comes to here in Britain. Right. Okay. I'll sure take your word for it. I sure hope you're not getting paid by the small hats when making those type of claims. But that's beside the point, of course. But I definitely agree. Open borders for Israel. Just to give them a bit of a taste of their own fucking medicine. Tyranny hater, the word you're looking for is normal. That's a good point, Woodlander. That's definitely a good point. So, what I'm just gonna do, folks, is that. It's just 7:15. I'm definitely going to get into the next topic at hand. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take a short break just now. Just refill my water bottle, maybe have a quick smoke break as well. But in the meantime, I'll also play some music in the background, so again that you're not like having any silence or anything like that at all. Or unless is there maybe like a video I can put on. Again, just for you guys something to watch before I come back after my short break. So... what to put on in terms of content wise. I also see here that Hearth of Europa is going to be streaming tonight at 8 p.m. In fact, there's multiple streams. When is... That's going to be later on today. Well, there's going to be multiple streams tonight. So, there's Hearth of Europa. Their stream is about the Lord of the Rings, the myth of our times. Scott's Armor will be live later on this evening. I don't know if it's going to be 8 p.m, but I'm sure it's going to be far later on. It's usually just after 9 o'clock. But at the same time, at 8 p.m, there's Hearth of Europa, and there's also going to be the Call of Duty Tournament 8 that's going to be hosted by Mark Collette later on his Odyssey, and I don't know if it's his D Live or it's Laura Tyler's D Live, but it's going to be either or, so you can either watch those streams after this stream comes in, and of course. Let me have a look here and see what to put on. I wonder if I can actually use BitChute, because I've never really used BitChute a lot. Hold on. And I can still view BitChute. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, am I logged on to BitChute? I am not. Right, okay. Because I'm pretty sure I can do this. Hold on. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to see if I can find like a video for you guys to watch for the time being before I come back, and we'll continue on with the last part. Let me see here. I wonder if I can see all my liked videos here. Watch later. Let's have here. Okay, no videos found. What a surprise. Let me see. Speaking of Mark Collette, whoops. Let's see if I can put something on here. Hold on. What to put on? Yeah. We were briefly talking about the Sivnats just now. Let me just put on this video. This is from Mark Collette. It's called Trigonometry Controlled Opposition. So what I'll do is I'll just put that on. Again, just for the meantime, is there not a COD tournament on tonight? Yeah, yes, RW. There's definitely one on tonight at 8 p.m. I was going to participate in it, but I don't know if I'll still do that. But maybe the next tournament I'll participate in that. But it's definitely going to be another COD tournament on tonight, so that's going to be on a Mark Collette's Odyssey channel or D Live. Whether it be Laura Taylor, sorry, on her channel or someone else's D Live channel for the time being. So I'm just going to share the screen real quick, share the audio. Trigonometry. Yeah, I'll just put it onto that screen just now, so I'll also put myself on mute. So what I'll do is I'll put myself on mute, have a small break, and I'll come back to you guys in just a short second. Beerhole Pooch, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream, World of Warcraft, not COD. Tank the Lord, hello, Dad Martin is a nice bloke. Thank you for watching the stream. As I used to love trolling those trigonometry goons. Anyway, guys, I'll put myself on mute. I'll come back just shortly after my smoke break and of course refill my water bottle. I'll be back with you guys in just a short moment or two. So just enjoy Mark's video and I'll be back just shortly. Thank you. See you guys in a bit.
Vladimir Lenin once stated that the best way to control the opposition is to lead it ourselves. And rarely is there such a perfect example of controlled opposition as Trigonometry, a heavily promoted channel on YouTube that is currently experiencing a huge boost in popularity as Google pushes them further and further up search rankings and features their content as recommended viewing. But let's see what Trigonometry have to say for themselves. I read this from their About page on their YouTube channel, and I quote, "Trigonometry is a free speech YouTube show and podcast. We believe in open, fact-based discussion of important and controversial issues. Comedians Konstantin Kissin and Francis Foster create fun but serious conversations with fascinating guests, including former presidential advisors and political experts, leading economists, psychologists, journalists, social and cultural commentators, YouTubers, and others. We give our guests a chance to say what they think and explain why." End quote. Konstantin Kissin describes himself as the following, and I quote, "Winner of Jewish Comedian of the Year and co-host of Trigonometry." End quote. Francis Foster describes himself as the following, and I quote, "A proper Latino lad, comedian and co-host of Trigonometry." End quote. These are the two men that YouTube has chosen to lead the opposition against the liberal, multicultural and anti-white agenda that it is so fond of pushing on its platform. And whilst other YouTube channels that push back against the progressive agenda disappear at an alarming rate, these two free speech warriors upload at will and are aggressively promoted on the platform. But why, you may ask? Well, this little clip that I'm about to show you might just illuminate you on the issue. A week or so ago, Trigonometry interviewed the survivor of one of Britain's Islamic grooming gangs. However, rather than coming over as sympathetic, it seemed that their greatest concern was not that hundreds of thousands of girls, the overwhelming majority of whom are white, were groomed, sexually assaulted, raped and trafficked by gangs of men who were overwhelmingly of ethnic minority descent. No, their biggest concern was that white people may collectivise to protect white girls and prevent these grooming gangs from operating. Take a look at the clip.
And now white people need to advocate for themselves. That's not, you talk about history, not a healthy recipe.
No.
Not a healthy recipe.
Not a healthy recipe,
We
yeah.
need to go back to this idea that people are individuals.
Konstantin Kissin seems particularly bothered about white people acting as a group and standing up for themselves, and opines that things would be better if we all just went back to being individuals. Francis Foster, who, let's face it, looks like a big dopey oaf, and seems to be the bumbling sidekick of the duo, just sits there trying to suppress a laugh whilst looking uncomfortable and out of place. Despite both of these men calling themselves comedians, none of this is a laughing matter. But they aren't here to make you laugh. They are here to help neutralise any opposition to the forces that are destroying the West and reducing white people to the status of being a hated minority all over the Western world. You see, whilst all other racial and ethnic groups are encouraged to collectivise by the government, the media, and their own community leaders, white people are always encouraged to remain as individuals and never to collectivise or act in a way that furthers their own group interest. Every group the world over is allowed to have in-group preference. In fact, in-group preference is encouraged for every single ethnic or racial group, except of course for white people. We are not allowed to have any sense of in-group preference. We must think and act only as individuals. Well, according to the anti-white narrative, that is. But why do anti-whites want white people to think of themselves only as individuals? Well, this is because there is no way for an individual person or for a group of people who are atomized and disconnected to ever stand up and defend themselves against a hostile group that does have in-group preference and acts as a cohesive bloc. This can be seen clearly in the case of the grooming scandal. Ethnic minority communities have acted as a cohesive group and worked as one in order to target girls of indigenous descent. However, the indigenous people of these islands are so atomised and scattered and so scared of being called racist that instead of coming together to protect their sisters and daughters, they hide in their homes and say nothing as their sisters and daughters are raped. You see, individuals will always find themselves at the mercy of hostile groups. And trigonometry seem happy about this, as they continue to push individualism upon white people, even when the white person in question has been a victim of such horrific abuse. This is because trigonometry are part of the problem. They are controlled opposition and present false solutions to issues affecting people of European descent. And this is why they are YouTube's new favourites, and this is why their videos are promoted and their channel is sat at the top of the search listings. But wait a minute, their fans will cry. These guys stand up for free speech. They may believe in individualism, but at least they would give everyone the right to talk freely about the problems that are affecting the West. Well, not exactly. When they were challenged on their free speech credentials, when they were asked to interview someone who believes that white people should stand together and should have in-group preference as other racial groups do, trigonometry were quick to set the record straight. And I quote, "We aren't free speech advocates, and we don't challenge people on our show. We have honest conversations with fascinating people. That's all." End quote. Oh dear. Just as expected, another group of free speech warriors that don't stand for free speech at all. Instead, they stand for a white population that is deracinated, atomized, and individualistic. Trigonometry exists to ensure that white people who want a solution to the problems facing the West are sent in the wrong direction and that they embrace an ideology that will in fact speed the demise of those of European descent. And the funny thing about all of this is that Konstantin Kissin is Jewish. And of all the people the world over, the Jewish community have possibly the greatest degree of in-group preference of any ethnic group. Strange that someone who comes from an ethnic group that has gained so much strength and power from being community-minded, standing together as a group, and advocating for their own group interests, would preach the exact opposite to white people who come to him looking for advice. Really makes you think. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please help spread the message by liking and sharing it on social networks. If you want to hear more from me, please hit the subscribe button as new videos are posted every week. You can also read my book, The Fall of Western Man. It's available as a free ebook and in both hardback and paperback, and all the links are in the description below. Finally, if you want to join in the discussion with me, feel free to add me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Also, you can now follow me on Gab, Minds and BitChute as well. Everyone's welcome.
back here again. Pause there. There we go. Right, that's much better. Let me just put the mic a little bit closer. My water bottle here. Perfect. 55 people watching. That's really good, guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking as long as you can. It's really awesome here. This ain't over yet. No, we're actually... oh my gosh, it's 7:30. Right. So... I'm definitely going to get into the last topic today, which is about the Catholic churches in Canada and, of course, the vandalization of those buildings. So, let me just get into something before I get into that topic as well. So, I'm not a religious person myself regarding to this. Although I would say at the moment I'm more agnostic than religious or even atheist. If you were to ask me where I stand religiously maybe a decade or maybe like 15 years ago, I would definitely say I was more of an atheist. But that was because I watched YouTube ever since 2006 or 2007. I watched content like The Amazing Atheist and all those people associated with them. So that's why I pretty much became an atheist. And I was still an atheist at that point, but I kind of stopped watching that type of content because I noticed sort of similar things that have been going on, what we're seeing today in terms of the woke crowd, in terms of a certain type of community seem to think they're so much better than another group of people, if you know what I mean. So what I mean by that is like the atheist community started to kind of huff their own farts, if you will, and trying to act like as if, well, I'm an atheist, so therefore I'm way superior than all these religious people, and it just kind of became cringe at that point. So I wouldn't say I'm religious at the moment, but I'm more agnostic. Although when it comes to the subject matter of religion, it is something that I have been thinking about for a long while now. But for me, and it's definitely the case of Christianity, of course, and not Buddhism or Islam or anything like that at all. It's definitely to do with Christianity. But for me, it's a case of I just don't know really where to start. Because it wasn't something that was talked about in my household or even in with my family. Although some family members I know that were raised Catholic, and some I know, like my grandfather, who's a staunch atheist ever since he was about my age, or maybe when he was in his early 20s because of a certain event that happened. But I won't get into that in more detail. But that's all I will say on the matter. So. It is something that I've been thinking about recently regarding to religion, and maybe I might become more religious over time, but we're not entirely too sure. But maybe one day, but again, not too sure about that. Nothing wrong with God. No, definitely nothing wrong with God whatsoever. I do think there's some form of a higher being out there, but again, I'm not entirely too sure. So it's something that I want to maybe figure out for myself, and again, see from there. What was it? Mass graves or something? Sounds dodgy, but the church is the perfect example of how the worst people get control over any system given enough time, from a snowman. It's definitely going to be what we're going to be talking about just now, so cause that's definitely something that's been talked about regarding to what's been happening with these churches. So let me just paste this page here, and then I'll share the screen real quick. Let's see. I don't know who I resent the most, little hats or joggers. Wow. That's a pretty good question. For me, in all honesty, I think it's the little hat, or it's the small hats, but not because of like their like the way they look or anything like that at all. But it's because of what they believe in, thinking that they're God's chosen people or some ridiculous notion like that. And how they think that because they're in control of all of these industries and whatnot, they think they have every right to tell us white folk what to do, etc. Tony Smith, Chief Mooney, you don't have to be religious or to advocate for Christian values, or it's what our nation was built on. No, that's totally fair. That's definitely fair with that. It's just, when it comes regarding to that, Tony, it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and whether or not if I want to maybe go into church or not. But it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and then see what will happen with that later on. So, Christianity was undoubtedly a form of good in our country for many years. kids going Sunday school and embedding in people to drink, gamble in moderation. Yeah, I would definitely see it was definitely a force for good for a lot of people, especially in European countries. But what we're seeing today is this whole idea of, well, the church is just evil. The church is just awful and wrong, and it's filled to the brim with these horrible passages within the Bible and all of that. But we can definitely see that without religion, we're seeing the amount of utter degeneracy going on within European countries, especially here in Britain, of course. So I definitely would agree that the Christianity was definitely a force for good for these European countries. There were mass graves of babies found in the Magdalene laundries, girls who got pregnant out of wedlock and were put into in Ireland. Only the gods can save us now. It doesn't involve bending the knee. It's in the soul, the blood, and the honor. Right, so let me just share the screen just now, and then I'll get into the article itself here. Here we go. Let's see. So this article is from the Daily Caller. Now, I know this is supposed to be, I'm not entirely sure if it's maybe Sifna or if it's maybe conservative, but I think in terms of the subject matter we're going to be discussing just now, I think this would be the best article to talk about this. So, what to know about Catholic churches vandalized and burned in Canada. So this is definitely what we're going to be talking about. This is from Mary Margaret Olohan, I think you pronounce it. This is published the 2nd of July, so 2 days ago. So, it reads here, at least 10 Catholic churches in Canada have either been vandalized or burnt to the ground amid ongoing discoveries of mass graves of Indigenous children who attended compulsory residential schools between 1863 and 1996. Though no direct link has been established between the church burnings and the discovery of the graves, the fires have reportedly taken place mostly on tribal land. Local authorities are treating the crimes as both suspicious and potentially hate crimes, the Pillar reported. So, at least 10 Catholic churches in Canada have either been vandalised or burnt to the ground amid ongoing discoveries of mass graves of Indigenous children attending compulsory residential schools between 1863 and 1996. Though no direct link has been established between the church burnings and the discovery of the graves, the fires have taken place mostly on tribal land, Catholic news outlet The Pillar reported. The publication noted that the fires also are occurring as First Nations people grieve over more discoveries of the graves of children, and that local authorities are treating the crimes as both suspicious and potential hate crimes. Calgary police announced Thursday that 10 churches were vandalized across the city overnight, in a statement that referenced the very dark part of Canadian history that destroyed the lives of countless Indigenous families, communities, and people. The statement referred to the recent discovery of the hundreds of unmarked graves of children on the grounds of former schools in both British Columbia and Saskatchewan. It sounds foreign to me. My apologies if I mispronounced that, of course. So this here, of course, they got some tweets here with footage of this. This one's here from John Miller. Another Catholic church burnt into flames and was razed to the ground in Edmonton as First Nation Indians continue to attack churches across Western Canada. So just watch the video here real quick. It's only 22 seconds long, but look at that. That's awful, that. The people who are burning these churches down, like, honestly, shame on those people, honestly. Here's another, oh fuck, it's from Israel Levant. And I know it's from Israel Levant. I know that we have our many opinions about Israel Levant from Rebel Media, but let's just have a look at this real quick, okay? So, anyone else out there, Canada is going through of church fire, so I guess mass of church fires or vandalism. 10 churches today alone. Canadian police and politicians don't seem to care. Many of them actually whipped it up. Police sent help. So I think, I'm not too sure if, oh no, that's just sends the link to the Twitter account. I'm not going to do that. So this is a photo of it, which again looks really awful of what's happened to these churches. So here's a quote here. Given the harm this chapter of our history has caused to Indigenous people in our community, it is understandable that emotions and tensions are running high, the statement said, adding that we must never forget that residential schools are part of our legacy as a country and we need to continue seeking the truth about what happened. The churches that have been vandalized or burnt are St. Bonaventure Catholic Church, St. Elizabeth of Hungary Catholic Church, St. Mary's Cathedral, Sacred Heart Church, and Columbarian Grace Church. There is a list there. I'm not going to continue on of just mispronouncing these church names. Again, my apologies for the mispronunciation. I'm not the master of pronunciation, of course, folks. My apologies for that. So, but you can definitely see there's a list here of all these churches that have been burnt down and vandalized, of course. Protesters also toppled statues of Queen Elizabeth II and Queen Victoria on Thursday out of anger about the news of the graves. Of course, that was reported by the BBC. Both Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, of course, and Assembly of First Nations National Chief Perry Bellegarde condemned the crimes against churches. And there's I'm assuming this is a quote from them where they said, "The destruction of places of worship is unacceptable and it must be stopped." The local outlet Wesh reported Wednesday, "We must work together to right past wrongs. I can understand the frustration, the anger, the hurt, and the pain. There's no question. But to burn things down is not our way." No, I definitely agree with that. Like, look. I even had to delve. Even had to delve into this a little bit more. And yeah, what happened to the Indigenous people at that time was awful. No one is denying that. But to go to the length of burning down these churches and vandalizing the statues and all of that, how does that make these protesters any better? You know, it just makes them look like even worse at this point. And of course, let's all be brutally honest here, right? When it comes to the quote-unquote indigenous people of these lands before the Europeans come in, do you really think they'd be capable of actually starting their own civilization with building, towns, cities, and other buildings, and having all the infrastructures that we have in Europe, especially back in those days? I don't really think they would, to be honest with you. However, the statement added, "We also all need to join together as a community to come to terms with our past and find a path forward to reconciliation. Vandalism like this is not just illegal, it serves to create further division, fear, and destruction in our city. We need to find the people responsible, both to hold them accountable and to prevent further divisive incidents." Indigenous children in Canada were reportedly forced to attend schools as part of an assimilation program since around 1883. The overcrowded schools, many of which were operated by the Catholic Church, banned the use of Indigenous languages and practices. The publication reported that in addition to the disease, physical, sexual, and emotional abuse were widespread at the schools. 3 Indigenous communities have announced since May that ground penetration radar had uncovered hundreds of the unmarked graves, the New York Times reported, but the scans could not detect how the children had died. The publication reported that children suffered from both diseases and violence at the schools, about 70% of which were run by Catholic orders on behalf of the government. Between the opening of the schools to their closing in 1996, about 150,000 children were estimated to have passed through the schools. A National Truth and Reconciliation Commission found that at least 4,100 students died during their time attending the schools, some from mistreatment, neglect, disease, or accident. Families of some of these children never found out why their children died, according to the publication. And of course, there's another quote here. We're beyond apologies. We need to talk about accountability. Chief Jason Louis of the Lower Kootenay Band said Wednesday following the discovery of remains at St. Eugene's Mission School, according to the Times. If Nazi war criminals can be tried at an elderly age for their war crimes, I think we should be tracking down the living survivors of the church, being the priests and the nuns who had a hand in this. Which, look, let's all be honest here. Most of those people who are part of that are probably dead. Okay, there's no way around it. Okay, they're died. They're no longer around. they're probably already dead. So to try and act like as if these people still need to be held accountable for their actions, despite the fact they're already died or maybe not around anymore, is just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, and to me, this is just my opinion on this case here. Again, this just goes back to this whole idea of the anti-white narrative, right? Anything to do with European history, culture, or anything to do with that at all, as we clearly see with these Catholic churches, it's very anti-white. Wait, they want to make up this bullshit excuse about, well, it's all about for the indigenous people that have suffered or died. No. You're just basically a bunch of useful idiots, okay? You people don't really give a damn about the indigenous people or your own people like back in the day. Because why then did you never... Well, of course, we know it was never really been reported with that. But again, still... These people should have done a lot more of actually maybe investigating themselves of what happened to their own children or any of these children within that system. But again, it just goes back, for me anyway, it just goes back to this idea of this whole anti-white agenda going on just now. So let me just have a look here. It ain't all bad. Yeah, see, they want to portray it as if it's all bad, but I don't think it was really that bad. But Christianity is in big danger. Please help save it. Yeah, I mean, especially the way it's been treated at this point. It's being looked at as like the worst religion possible, but it's not a bad religion, honestly. Black Draft. Woodlander, I would love to see is the reaction of low IQ retards, but I feel this is orchestrated by some other group. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this is nothing more than just a more sinister agenda going on here. And like I said, to me, this all comes back to the whole anti-white agenda, anti-European agenda, or anything to do with of the European history, our culture, anything to do with that at all. Let's just burn it down to the ground and try and replace it with, let's say, non-white culture or anything like that. It really does come off like that, at least for me anyway, of course. The Aborigines of Australia were there 10,000 years before the white man arrived and did precisely fuck all with the massive natural resources they were literally sitting on. And I've said, well, that's the point I was trying to make when it comes to the indigenous people in Canada, right? Before the white people came along, do you really think with all the resources that were there, with everything they could have done with, you think maybe they were the ones that would have done something with it? Of course not. It had to be us white Europeans to come to these lands and of course use all the resources and try to make something better for these lands. So the indigenous people will not do anything about it. Of course, the European whites will do something about it because we're clever, of course. European civilization works best when they have a god of war. Christian churches need a new roof every 2 years. My God has a hammer. Good bet whites committed the arsons. Well, probably all of these like anti-white, people, the Antifa groups and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a hand into this. The Native Americans have come out and said they've always been aware of these graves. This is a fake story, methinks. Oh, really? Well, if that's the case, this just makes the whole vandalism thing even worse. If that's the case, because even then there's always been stories about mass graves of indigenous people and whatnot. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this story were to be fake. And again, it's pretend to be something, but it's not meant to be that. But it's meant to be part of like a much even bigger, more sinister agenda going on. So. Why do lions lick their horses to get rid of the taste of joy? Morgoth did a great video about how conservatism can't succeed because of the collapse of Christianity. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I may have seen that video from Morgoth, but I'll definitely see if I can get that looked up and watch it from there. So, let me see here. What else? Volume good. Well, that's good. So hopefully the volume will stay like that. Just for a little bit longer. Christianity also weakened our people with notions of charity and compassion to the point of self-destruction. Well, let's definitely see we have something now in terms of course the whole compassion aspect and the charity aspect to it. Yeah, I can definitely see that. We should ban nuns though. What did I miss? I've just been rounding up the turkeys. Nothing wrong. Oh, maybe this was during the break, I would say. Sorry, but yeah, we're back onto it. Mostly peaceful arson. Mostly peaceful arson. Mostly peaceful. Sure. Yeah, true. That's fine here. If it weren't for the small hats, the joggers wouldn't be here. Yeah, that's definitely true with that. Amish people have it sussed. What? Let's see here. Quick click on the stars of bikinis. I don't know if I think I might have seen a brief of that, but nah, I'm not good there. Sorry. Mock Talk, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Below my thoughts, exactly, Rob. The churches will turn into mosques. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that. The whole replacement of anything to do with the European, they're going to try and replace it any way they can. Well, this church burned down. Let's replace it with a mosque. Of course they would. They'll try and do that. Of course they will. They didn't have horses. They likely held them back some. To be fair, it's because you've crashed your car and have to get it back out of the garage. Or shocks me to how many of our people actually think a mosque is a church. It's not really a church with that. Remember to check out Calamity and Ball Bag of the Week. Yeah, I think Calamity just released a new Ball Bag of the Week, so definitely check it out if you guys want. We know at a seminal moment in our times, we read about historic moments. There's a ludicrous COVID scam, plus being bolted on seems like a ratcheting up. Yeah, I've been thinking about that as well, ST. I've been thinking about that quite a lot regarding to that. It's definitely ramping things up, of course, so. Yeah, great video, just watched it. Oh, Mark that, that's fine. Last of the Brohikins. I'm watching, no chance, should have a loving, good vid. Conservatism is basically slow communism at this point, let's be real. Let me see. Rambling Rattlesnake, it's been a while, how you doing? Howdy from a T Vandalism Yankee. Well, thank you very much for watching the stream, it's really appreciative of you to do that. Let's see here. Right, so it's 10 to 7, okay. What we'll do now, guys, is I'm just going to see if I can get the links for these streams, so hold on one second here. Right, let me see here. So start with, where is there's her live stream there, or their live stream, I should say. Hold on. Right, so what I'll post first of all is the link for Hearth of Europa for her stream or their stream. Hold on one second here. Just now. Post that here. So if you want to check out Hearth of Europa stream, then there's the link to that stream here just now. It's going to be about the Lord of the Rings, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be pretty interesting. Just check out the link there. That's for the Hearth of Europa stream. Or alternatively, let me just have a quick look at my notifications. No Get Only Pride. Well, thank you very much for subscribing, bro. I really appreciate that. Scott's Armor. Let me start off. Next one, hold on, because he's going to be streaming later on Sunday with the lads. That's going to be at 9:30, right? Okay, that's perfect. Copy and paste that. If you haven't subscribed to Scott's Armor already, there's the link for his stream later on as well. And that's good. That his stream will be starting at 9:30 tonight, so definitely check it out. It's going to be a stream called Sunday with the Lads, so I don't know who he's going to be on for this evening, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be some pretty good other content creators or people who share similar views as his. And then finally, let me see if I can find Mark Collette's Telegram channel. If I can get this up here. There we go. 5 and 10. Yeah, perfect. Let me just click on here just now. Copy that. Right, and I also have here, the link for Mark Collette's Odyssey stream for the Call of Duty Tournament 8, which will be streaming at 8 PM. I'll just post that here. Is that right? Hold on. Yeah. Chat there. Okay, just making sure with that as well. Yeah, that is fine. Oh, that's right. Bonnie Live will be streaming. Right, so that is Markless Odyssey. Let me see an alternative one to that as well. Or no, there's not. Right. Okay. Or even there's another one here. The Markless Entropy link. So if you want to ask Mark Collette any questions or anything like that at all, there's also or even watch the stream there. There is the link to his entropy link, which is right there. Then lastly, what I will do is I'll put in Bonnie Lad's stream link here as well. That's going to be for his 4th of July stream. Hold on 1 second here. Bonnie Lad, right, okay. Okay. It's this one. American 4th of July General Knowledge Quiz, right, that's fine, perfect. And also just copy and paste that here. There we go, perfect. Finally, that's the link for Bonnie Lad's 4th of July stream, which will be starting in just 7 minutes. Also, Hearth of Europa stream in 7 minutes as well, and also Mark Collette's COD tournament 7 minutes as well. So perfect. So what I will do, guys, is I'm going to call the episode to an end. Hopefully still 50 people watching the stream. That's really awesome of you guys. I really do appreciate that. But I really hope tonight you enjoyed this episode rather than episode 8's. But you can always tell me in the chat just now, or even if you want, just leave me a comment when the whole stream gets uploaded onto my channel, and then tell me what you think there. Because I think it's important for you guys to also let me know in advance, like, what you actually think of the content, of course, with that. So that's perfect. Right now, I'm just gonna see here what song to play for the ending of the stream. Let me see here. Music. Oh, and also one last thing as well. I know I've said this already, but there will not be a Mood of the Nation episode this Thursday, the 8th of July, because of work commitments. But the show will be back on with episode 10 next week on Sunday at 6 p.m. So, of course, I do see everyone here. Thank you, Chief Moody. Thank you very much. Fitness regime? No, well, I'm planning on doing the fitness regime at some point. Maybe even go back to the gym at some point. But again, because of work commitments, we'll need to see from there. So, but anyway, let me have a look and see what music to play out for this evening. What one? Let's see here. Maybe something like chilled and relaxed or anything like that at all. But anyway, good stream, mate. Again, thank you all very much for watching. Honestly, this would not be happening if it weren't for you guys, and also for the people sharing the streams. It's really appreciative of you guys to do that. So I wonder if I can actually... Yeah, I can do that with the banner. We'll also put this up here. There we go. So if you haven't done so already, please support Patriotic Alternative. I do think they will be the next big thing regarding to politics. I think it's important for you guys to give them your full support, like any way, shape you can. So, because I really do think they are the group to follow. That's definitely going to be the ones to completely fix everything that's going on with Britain at the moment. So please give Patriotic Alternative your full support. Honestly, they really are a great group to be a part of. That being said, let me see if I can find a song here to play it here just now. Yeah, I'll play this one. Why not? Okay, so hopefully we can put it here. Yep, that's full screen. Perfect. So I'll just put myself on mute. And as always, folks, I really do appreciate you guys so much. Please check out the streams that will be going live at 8 p.m. and check out Scott's Armour at 9:30. With that being said, thank you all so much for watching. This is Chief Moody signing out. You've been watching The Mood of the Nation, and I will see you all next week on Sunday. You all take care and stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Music.